Hello and welcome to Cousins Gymnasium, home of the Tufts Jumbos, as the Tufts women's basketball team hosts the Williams Ephs in the first round of the NESCAC championship. This is a battle between the 23-1 Jumbos, who come in with only one loss against Amherst, against the Williams Ephs, who come in at 15-9 and 4-6 in NESCAC play. I'm Matt Macy Phillips here with Bridget Bell for JumboCast. Bridget, what do you see going into this game?
Well, the Jumbos really took the Ephs in NESCAC play, and I think that if they play jumbo basketball and keep their fouls down and their incredible defense up like they have been in the past few games, then they're going to take care of the Williams team tonight. Yeah,
just a week ago, the Jumbos went out to Williamstown and picked up a 61-27 win over the Ephs. Williams bounced back with a 91-65 win over Bates to secure the 7th seed, but that meant a trip over here to Medford to battle the Jumbos here in the quarterfinals. And Williams tied in the standings with two other NESCAC teams, with Connecticut College and Colby, but based on their head-to-head matchups, Williams drew the short stick and became the 7th seed, whereas the Jumbos finishing up with the 2 seed for the NESCAC play after a 1-point loss here in Cousins Gymnasium to first place Amherst. Amherst atop the rankings in women's basketball right now, and Tufts number 3 in the nation.
Only behind the previous national championships, national champion St. Thomas, right? They won the national championship last year, so those are 3 good teams in that top 3.
Yeah, Tufts has been perennially up top with Coach Bayrubi, and we'll get the starting lineups here. And just looking at some of the key players for both of these teams, of course, Michaela North, the center, senior, and captain for the Jumbos. She's the all-time leading scorer and rebounder for the Jumbos, and she's the second leading scorer on the team with 11 points and 6.7 boards. And behind there is Melissa Baptista. She leads the team actually in scoring, and she's second on the team in rebounding, the junior. And over on the Williams side, it is Devin Caveney, the senior guard out of Andover, Mass, playing close to home today. She leads the team with 13 points per game.
She's followed by Kristen Fetchel-Cocker, who's the second leading scorer on the team with an average of 10.5.
And the PA announcing, and here's a little look at Williams' season here, 15-9. A good start to the season. They had at one point a 6-game win streak in non-conference play, but 4-6 in NESCAC play. And they lost the tiebreakers, of course, to Colby and Kahn. And they certainly wish they could be playing somewhere other than here today, because as you see there, a 61-27 loss to the Jumbos last week. Devin Caveney leading the team with 13 points. And in terms of stats, they are second in free throw percentage and blocks per game in the NESCAC as a team. And the PA was just announcing there, the Jumbos are supporting an initiative called We Back Pat, which is with the Pat Summitt Foundation. Of course, Pat Summitt, the winningest coach in basketball history in college with the Tennessee Volunteers. She passed away from early onset Alzheimer's this past summer. So the Jumbos supporting her foundation and the fight against Alzheimer's, a great cause today. You see them in T-shirts.
Yeah, and what an incredible coach there, with that. Not to mention the winning, but just like building the Tennessee program. We really haven't seen anything, obviously haven't seen anything rivaled in that in women's basketball before. So Pat Summitt is a legend.
Yeah, Carla Bayrubi in her UConn days, it was a heated rivalry between UConn and Tennessee. And a look at the Jumbo season as their starters come out. 23-1, of course, that one loss a couple weeks ago against Amherst. And they're number 3 in the country in the polls right now. And they had a 20-game win streak, which was snapped. And it matched the program record. And nationally, the Jumbos allow the second fewest points per game at just about 43 a game. So if you're a Williams fan, you'll really want your team to crack that 50 mark. If you can crack 50 on the Jumbos, you have a chance in the game.
Yeah, and the Williams only average about 58.7 points per game. So I would imagine that they're going to have to play a very an incredibly productive offense against the Jumbos, which is going to be tough against this Jumbo defense.
And in that loss to Amherst, Melissa Baptista fouled out for the Jumbos, so foul trouble is a way to get past this Jumbos team. If you can get North, Baptista, or some of their other great defenders in foul trouble, you have a chance in this.
Absolutely. That's what I'd actually like to see the Tufts team work on tonight, to make sure that they stay out of foul trouble for, the upcoming games. And not to mention, we should really, NESCAC is a time where teams come out and they look different than they did in the regular season. So it's important that the Tufts team stays tough and make sure that they get the job done today.
Ready for the tip here, so Williams fighting for their postseason lives here. They have a must-win. Jumbos, safe to say they'll make the NCAA tournament, but regardless, they want to keep moving on in the NESCAC tournament, and the tip is won by the Jumbos, so it's Lauren Dillon at the point. And she's guarded by Amani Fernandez for the Ephs. Williams out in the 2-3 zone. Knapp in the corner, the three is off the side of the rim. Lauren Dillon crashing down there. Baptista fighting for the board, and it'll be out for the Ephs.
And Dillon's crash, you see her hit the floor a lot. She gives 110%, and that I think she may have just taken a little spill, but you'll see her hit the floor for the ball.
Sometimes just to start out a game, you need one of those, a little punch in the mouth to get you going.
Yeah.
And a drive in the lay-in there by Festelkotter past Baptista. Williams on the board first. Baptista now trying to find North, but they're swallowing her up there down in the low post. Dillon driving now. Kicks out to Baptista, long three. That's off the back rim. Rebound to McCall.
This is interesting, too, because sometimes you'll see the Jumbo defense press a little bit farther up, but they're giving Williams a little bit of space, letting them get to the arc first.
And a strip there by Knapp. Cleanly gets it away from McCall. And the other way, she's fouled by Festelkotter. So the first foul of the game, and of course, women's college basketball, different rules from men's. They do quarters, and it's 5 fouls in a quarter to get to the bonus. And no more 1-and-1. And they go in to the post. It's North, lays it in.
That was a nice lay-in by Dillon there. And North with the finish.
And North with the size advantage over Zaleski, who's guarding her. Zaleski only 6 foot. North listed at 6'2". Was able to get in behind her. And that shot rebounded by, well, the rebound goes out of bounds. It'll stay with Williams. And stripped by Baptista on the baseline. Baptista taking it the other way. Loses the handle. And it's Zaleski. Into Zaleski. Festelkotter, and that's well short. So a decent look for the Ephs.
Yeah, keeping up with the Jumbos. Jumbos have had a little bit of a slow start on the offense, but we'll see how this next possession goes. And the Ephs pressing up on the Jumbos pretty high, not letting them have much room.
Dillon left open from three, and she connects.
That's the thing about Lauren Dillon. She's a leading, she doubles assists for anyone else on the team, but she also has that range and can definitely put the ball in herself.
Yeah, Dillon's scoring numbers, as Caveney gets the lay-in, assisted by Zaleski. Dillon's scoring numbers are down from last year, but really her offensive production is in no way lower. Knapp. Out to Lee. And her three is wide left, and it hits the baseline.
Baptista trying to save that. Couldn't quite get there, but valiant effort.
So with the zone, the Jumbos might have to shoot over this and make their outside shots to win. Fernandez down to McCall and lays it over Baptista. So Williams with a 1-point lead here.
Finds North.
And yeah, excellent picking apart the zone there.
Yeah. Another good lay-in. Dylan North combo. Love to see that.
Yeah, the center just out of position there, and no hands were in the passing lanes.
Ooh.
And as I say that, Baptista gets a piece of it, but it's cleaned up by Festelkotter. Baptista breaking a few ankles there. Dylan on the drive, kicks it. And stripped by McCall. And Dylan gets a hand to Fernandez's pass. And first substitution of the game.
Erica DiCandido.
So the freshman getting some minutes, as well as Jenny Mucciaroni. Knapp and Baptista to the bench.
DiCandido is really pretty versatile on the court. I think she's going to be a good. Baptista still got another year. She's only a junior, but I think DiCandido will be able to step into the shoes of Baptista and probably North next year pretty well.
And a lackadaisical turnover there between Zaleski and Fernandez.
Bo's having a little huddle there. Probably just trying to reset, find their rhythm.
And Devin Caveney called for the foul. Mucciaroni makes it 2 for Jumbos back up. And coming in for Williams will be number 21, Emily Peckham, the freshman. And she'll have to contend with Michaela North down low. And couldn't get a handle on it, so the Jumbos come the other way with DiCandido on a 3-2 break. Mucciaroni's pass tipped out of bounds. That'll stay on this end.
And Emily Peckham's a little taller, maybe can compete with North a little better. She stands at 6'1" compared to North 6'2".
DiCandido along 2. Rebound, Caveney. Caveney 3. Rebound, DiCandido. Dylan finds Mucciaroni into North. Easy lay-in.
And if the Jumbos can continue to find North like that, they're going to keep scoring.
Defense overcommitting, and they just went right by her.
Yeah.
The pass whipped in, tipped out. That'll stay with Williams. And Jackie Knapp back in, replacing Josie Lee.
Tufts is really reading these lines pretty well for they're knocking a lot of things out of bounds right now, but I think if they keep reading the lines like that right now, they'll get a couple more turnovers than we've seen in the past couple of games from them.
Caveney with the drive. Off the glass, doesn't go.
North with yet another rebound.
And that's her third on the game to go with 6 points. Out to Mucciaroni, and that 3 gets the side iron. But a foul down low. We'll keep it on this end. And that's the second foul on Kristen Festelkotter. And Caveney heads to the bench.
And the Jumbos have stayed out of foul trouble so far today. They don't have any fouls right now. So.
And one down low. Jackie Knapp getting it to go with the contact. And into the game is Emily Chang for Williams, as well as Zaleski making her way back in. So Knapp with a chance for the old-fashioned. And gets it to go, so the Jumbos expand their lead to 6 points now. Williams with a bit of a scoring drought, and Coach Pat Manning will call timeout. A little look at the stats. Williams with 4 turnovers and the Jumbos with 3, so both teams a little bit careless so far in their passing. And a look at some of the premier players in this game. Devin Caveney, senior guard, averaging 13 and 5. 5 rebounds for a guard is pretty significant, along with 2.4 assists and 1.5 steals. Steals are a very well-regarded stat with basketball analytics. And on the other side, Michaela North with 1.2 steals a game herself to go along with her 11 and 6.7 rebounds. And of course, she became the all-time leading scorer in Tufts history recently.
Yeah, it was actually really cool at the Amherst game. Unfortunately, they lost that game, but they did a little ceremony for her where the previous all-time leading scorer actually handed her the game ball of the Bates game where she broke that record. So.
Great tradition brewing here with the Jumbos.
Very much so.
And Lexi Jones now into the game, number 2. As Lauren McCall, her jumper rims out. Uchiaroni off the screen, takes it with the lefty layup. That's a little strong. And Jones gets the board. McCall launches the 3, and foul called on Lauren Dillon down low on the rebound.
That's the first foul for the Jumbos with 2 minutes left in the quarter. So.
And Baptista making her way back in, as well as Katie Hicks making her game debut. So North and Mucciaroni will head to the bench. Williams with 4 team fouls so far in this quarter, so Jumbos would be in the bonus with another one. McCall working down on DiCandido and gets the post shot to go.
Yeah. And that's a pretty good shot. I mean, DiCandido was doing all she could to defend, but.
And McCall only averages 7.5 points per game, but she's been the best-looking option here for the East offense as Melissa Baptista drains the 3.
That's the best thing about Melissa Baptista. She's so good driving, but she's also got that range beyond the arc. And you can't give her space.
The leading 3-point shooter for the Jumbos. She averages 37% from beyond the arc. And another good post move, that one by Zaleski. So they're attacking Baptista down low, and it's been working.
Yeah.
Baptista hard on the drive, layup falls short. McCall with the rebound, under a minute left in the quarter. And offensive foul called. Looks like it was on Zaleski down low. And no bonus shots on an offensive foul. That's Zaleski's first.
And we see Emily Peckham coming back in the game for the Ephs.
Chance for a 2-for-1 for the Jumbos if they get a shot off quickly. It looks like they'll take their time. And some stifling pressure here from the Ephs. They find Hicks in the corner. 3 rattles out, but Baptista gets it. And fadeaway doesn't go. And she could have pulled that one out for the last shot. So instead it'll be Williams with the last possession here. Fernandez. And that pass is stolen. 4 seconds left for Baptista, but it looks like they'll run the timeout. And Knapp's heave actually goes.
And it goes in.
And she gets a little smile there from Coach Berube.
Wow.
If only it was off a second earlier, but that one will not count. So
it's all right. It was still fun to watch.
She's practicing for the tournament.
Exactly.
Ooh, trivia question time for all the fans out there. How many times has Tufts women's basketball won the NESCAC championship? And we're talking the tournament here, not regular season play. So how many times has Tufts won the NESCAC championship?
What do you think?
Let's see. I have no idea about Tufts, their history before Coach Berube. I'm going to say it's probably on one hand. I think it's probably maybe in the 4 or 5 range. I don't know though.
They've had a pretty incredible NC2A's run, I know, in the past couple of years, but NESCAC championships, I think that's, it's sometimes you just, don't quite get that NESCAC championship, but then you go into the NC2A's and do some damage. So it'll be an interesting statistic. If I had to guess, I would actually guess I would guess between like 6 and 8.
A little more, yeah.
Yeah.
I know it's been dominated in the past by Williams and Amherst as well. They tend to dominate NESCAC play in most sports, but really, I think the Tufts Jumbos have been supplanting those teams or surpassing those teams in the past few years in most sports. So, and also, you can tweet at Tufts JumboCast with any questions or comments or trivia answers if you want. We want you to guess it, not Google it, because Googling's too easy. And some replays there from the first quarter. Tufts leading 17-12 over Williams. And look at around the NESCAC, the Tufts men won their matchup 81-63 over Hamilton earlier. So, and a turnover, almost a turnover. Rescued there by Caveney. Fernandez driving now, and called for a travel. She might have also gotten an elbow up there on North.
Yeah.
But the Tufts men will be hosting the rest of the NESCAC tournament next weekend, as they are the #1 seed.
And the men's NESCAC basketball was interesting this year. There was no one or two clear leaders. It was really a battle between all the teams in the NESCAC.
Yeah, Tufts tying on record with Middlebury, but having the head-to-head tiebreaker in their favor. As Lee drives and puts up a floater. Baptista with the offensive board. She'll come around and lay it in. Doesn't even need the glass.
And that's why Baptista is so dangerous. She's got that versatility, for sure.
Caveney. Stripped by Lee. And Lee just ripped it out of her hands. And it's like calling for a reset on the shot clock, I think. Yeah. And with that, it'll be substitution as Lauren Vossel comes in for the first time. Chang running point now. And they're trying to get it in to Zaleski, but North has been shutting her out. Eight on the shot clock. And an offensive foul called on Caveney on the switch with the screen.
We'll see the ball go to the Jumbos.
That's Caveney's second. And still with 8.5 left to go in the second quarter, she'll have to be mindful of that. Baptista driving hard, and she's fouled going up.
We'll see her go to the line for 2.
And it's called on McCall. A little too strong by Baptista. And Jones comes in to replace Caveney with that foul trouble.
Yeah.
And a look at the other women's basketball scorers as Baptista goes 0 for 2. And Amherst dashing the hopes of Tufts to host both tournaments as they lead Bates 22-5 out in Amherst. And McCall with the drive, had an awkward dribble there. And looks like Lee called for the foul on the floor. Middlebury trailing Colby 21-18, that out in Middlebury, Vermont. And Bowdoin with a 72-47 victory over Conn College up in Brunswick. So the 3 seed getting it done up there. And they go into Zaleski. She gets a step on North, but North gets the block.
Good block by North, and the ball will stay with Williams.
So allowing her player to get past her, and a misfire on the pass from Chang as a fast break for Tufts. Knapp with a nice sidestep and lays it in.
That's classic Tufts counter-attacking. And Knapp pressing a little bit more shallow on the court, which is, I would say, more characteristic of Tufts defense.
And the miss there from Jones. Baptista heading the other way. Fires it into North, gets past Zaleski, but the layup rolls out. And she finds her own board and lays it in. And a timeout from Williams with that. So some boxing out issues. North missing the open layup, but finding her own board. That's an unbreakable sin there from Williams. Can't let her get that offensive rebound after an easy miss. So you can tweet at us at Tufts JumboCast. If you have comments or questions for us, we'd be happy to answer them. Or if you've got replies on the trivia question, we'd love to see if any of our viewers get that right.
Absolutely. Maybe someone who's been around for a little bit more jumbo basketball than we have.
Indeed, yeah. Tweet from President Monaco. Like the new Tufts JumboCast courtside camera. Best coverage in the NESCAC. Yes, thank you, President Monaco, wherever you're watching. We were looking for you courtside, but we can't really see you, so we hope you're enjoying the broadcast. We get some good funding from TCU, so we're well taken care of here.
Yeah.
President Monaco, probably the best super fan in the NESCAC of all the school presidents.
Absolutely. Came to at least a couple volleyball games in the fall. He's been at a couple of the basketball games this winter. I'm sure he'll make it out to a couple of the spring sports as well. It's fun to see him here.
And a deflection there from North. Williams with 16 left on the shot clock. And Fernandez handles it. Into McCall, guarded by Lee. And totally shut out by Lee. And shot clock violation as they swing it through Zaleski. So great shutdown defense from Josie Lee, the senior. Knapp left open, top of the key, that rims out. Rebound Fernandez, but Lee fights for it and wins a jump ball. And the possession arrow's not on, but the refs seem to think it'll be with the Jumbos.
Yeah, and that's something to be said. The Tufts team definitely has that tenacity to go after balls that a lot of teams give up on, and I think that's a big part of their success.
Quick inbound to Baptista, and she's fouled down low. Tufts baseball operating the possession arrow there. They were sleeping down there. And Zaleski called for her second personal. And shot a few of my friends there from Tufts baseball. They've got their coffee. I think they're awake now. So the Jumbos with a fresh clock. Williams still going with this zone look. And they let Knapp drive right through it. And Dillon, her three rattles out. Baptista's layup doesn't go, and it'll be off north for the Ephs.
Right now the Jumbos, their threes aren't really falling, but the way that Williams is giving them time, if those start to fall, it's going to help the Jumbos out a lot.
And Sadie Otley into the game, replacing Josie Lee. And for Williams, it's Emily Peckham back into the lineup.
And Otley's the other freshman who's seen a lot of playing time this season. Both Otley and DeCandido.
And Caveney frustrated there as she tripped and turned it over. Fall away from Baptista is no good. And Peckham pulls it in. And that's one key aspect as a coach, to try to integrate your younger players for longevity's sake.
Absolutely.
And Caveney frustrated again. Might have been a little contact on that fall away. Otley with a great pass to find Knapp on the baseline, and she gets it to go. So a nice assist from the freshman there, going through the zone.
Very much an open head play.
And Otley on the switch there has to guard Peckham. McCall's three, no good. Peckham is fouled by Otley.
Tufts University foul on number 12, Sadie Otley. That's her first personal.
Yeah, and I feel like the Jumbos are doing a pretty good job keeping their fouls down.
And Peckham good on the first. As Chang comes back in to replace Caveney, and DeCandido comes in for Baptista. And gets the second to go. So Tufts leading 25-14 here. And the turnover battle has really swelled in this quarter. It was 4-3, 4 by Williams after the first quarter, but they've turned it over 8 times since then, as North's layup is no good. And a foul called on the Jumbos. So the Jumbos defense really turned the ball over. And they've only got 6 points off those 12 Williams turnovers, but limiting their own turnovers themselves.
Yeah. Like to see them convert a little bit more, though. I think things just aren't falling. They're taking shots. They're not quite getting in the basket.
And McCall gets that to go over Otley. So McCall, leading scorer for the Ephs with 6 points. And in the last game, these teams met. The Williams leading scorer had 6, so a little bit more scoring by the Ephs today. And a great dish from Dillon to North, but North shot a little too strong.
And that's classic Lauren Dillon play right there. Take it to the basket and dish it off. That's why she has so many assists on the year.
Chang pulls it out, has to find McCall at the top of the key with 5 on the shot clock. Fernandez is going to have to pull up. And a little too strong with the 3. And that shot is blocked as she tumbles down. Katie Hicks coming back in for Michaela North. Dillon averaging 4.1 assists on the year. That's double any other jumbos. As she spins past Fernandez. Candido with the up fake. And it looks like every jumbo is going to try to get an up fake and drive. Chang pulls in the rebound. Eight on the shot clock. McCall gets it in, but it's picked away by Hicks. And looks like Fernandez called with the foul on Knapp. A little slow to get up. So that's Fernandez's second personal foul. And the 4th on the team in the quarter.
It sounds like some of the Williams fans aren't too happy about that call.
And Knapp gets the jumper to go. Williams with 9 team fouls, Jumbos with 4 on the game. And McCall has it picked away by Otley. A little miscommunication with Knapp. They're both fighting for it on the sidelines. And looks like Festel caught her, called for the foul. So it'll be DeCandido to the line, shooting 2.
Number 20, Kristen Bechtelkotter. That's her 3rd personal on the team's foul.
Caveney and Mucciaroni back into the game. And it will be Knapp and Vestelkotter to the bench. Vestelkotter's 3rd personal. So, decent bit of foul trouble for the Ephs.
I think more than any team would like to see before the end of the first half.
And Caveney's out there playing with 2 fouls. Chang launches, and that gets side iron. That'll be out off Fernandez.
And it looked like there was a little bit of a hesitation by both Dillon and Otley before Otley ended up trying to grab that rebound.
DeCandido on the drive, and she has it blocked, but a foul called on Peckham as she got her from behind. Peckham's first foul.
Each foul called on number 21, Emily Peckham. That's her 1st personal.
And DeCandido, look at her numbers. Excellent free throw shooter this season. And second one rattles out. Commentator's curse. Sorry for that, DeCandido. And it'll be Mucciaroni the other way. Great bounce pass to Dillon. But Peckham getting there first. And the Jumbos with the chance for a 2-for-1. Dillon with the head fake. And a hesitation there. Gets the layup off the glass.
And that's one of the reasons why Dillon's so fun to watch. She's really good at dishing the ball out, and then teams start to expect that, and she'll take it to the basket herself. It's fun to watch.
And Caveney getting past Otley, and she'll draw the foul on Hicks. She'll go to the line for 2.
Jumbo foul, call number 31, Katie Hicks. That's her first personal, the team's fourth.
Davey good on the first. Quick look at her numbers. Also a great free throw shooter. And gets them both. So 14-point deficit. Jumbos with the last shot here, going into half. DiGandito with a nice up fake from the elbow. And that rattles out. 3 seconds left for the Ephs. Fernandez off the glass and no good. So almost another buzzer beater, although the first one didn't count. So going into half, it'll be the Tufts Jumbos 32 and the Williams Ephs 18. Join us for the second half here in the NESCAC quarterfinals. Oh, and for a halftime show. We are doing a halftime show today, so tune in for that. Hello and welcome to the halftime show here. The Tufts women's jumbos lead Williams Ephs 32-18 at halftime. I'm here with Sebastian Gonzalez-Johnson, who covered the men's game there with a nice win for the jumbos over Hamilton. What was it like calling that game?
Yeah, so that was an awesome game. Tufts came out a little slow offensively to start the game. It was a very low scoring. It was 31-26 to end the first period. Tufts was leading, and Tufts really got their offensive going in the second half, winning the game 81-63. So they scored a majority of their points in the second half. It was an awesome game, and the jumbos are fired up and ready to go for next week.
Yeah, a couple lively dunks there in the second half.
Definitely.
You want to recap those?
Yeah, well, KJ Garrett, the first dunk he just went up strong with it, slammed it with the right hand, one-handed slam. Then the second one was actually a designed play. It was an alley-oop play, and he just got up there and slammed it down. And KJ and just the Tufts guys, they have a lot of fan support from Tufts community, and Cousins was going wild in that game.
Yeah, I happened to be sitting behind the baseline for those two dunks, and it was
absurd.
Took the roof off Cousins. So, fantastic game there, and the jumbos will be hosting the semifinals and finals of the NESCAC tournament next weekend. So,
absolutely,
looking forward to that. But great performances all around from the jumbos in that game.
Definitely, and like you said, it's great to have them hosting the rest of this NESCAC tournament. They've only lost a game at home this season, so they love playing at Cousins, and I'm sure they're going to keep that roll going.
Yeah, and likewise, the women only one loss at Cousins this year. That one, of course, the 1 point to Amherst. But a solid first half defensively, forcing 12 turnovers from the Ephs. What were your thoughts from that first half there?
Definitely. A lot of turnovers. It's great, just put in easy points. What else can you ask for? They can keep that up, just active hands, getting a lot of steals. Should be a pretty lopsided game here.
Yeah, not the best shooting performance, but we've seen some threes fall for the jumbos from Knapp and Baptista. So
definitely
over and all around a solid performance so far.
Definitely, and Michaela North is doing a great job down there in the post, just outworking everybody.
And a look there at Dylan shooting the three over the zone. Williams, of course, going in that zone look. Tufts with their high-pressure man-to-man.
Definitely.
Contrasting styles there. But nonetheless, Williams keeping it at least decently closer than their last game against Tufts. So.
Definitely. And I'm very impressed by the play of the freshmen and sophomores on this Tufts team. Just like with the men's team, their roster has so much depth, and this women's team, and really anybody can make a play, anybody can step up, and it's awesome to watch that.
Yeah, seeing DeCandido come off the bench with her defensive capabilities, and
she's going to be something special, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
She's great.
Yep. So seeing the longevity of the program that we're going to have. And a tweet here from Rich Birnbaum. I wonder whose parent that might be. Agree with President Monaco on the broadcast. Enjoying the production value of today's doubleheader. And
Definitely so.
Shout out to our producer today, Bernie Birnbaum.
Bernie.
Doing a tremendous job, doing a doubleheader here. Getting the replays, and we even got the floor camera. So
exactly. I've been working floor cam for this game. It's a lot of fun being down there.
Yeah, we love having that third look. So we hope the fans at home enjoy it.
Definitely so.
Yeah, keep tweeting at us at Tufts JumboCast if you have questions or comments, or if you're answering the trivia question. So what do you think? Women's NESCAC titles.
I can't, like you said, it's kind of hard to tell. I want to say they've probably won like 4 or 5. Like I think you said that 4 or 5 NESCAC titles.
I'm going with 4.
4,
so.
Yeah, that's a pretty good number there.
I think the answer is 2. This is from TMWSIY. Hopefully 3 soon. So
yes,
the answer might be 2. Who knows?
Yeah, agreed.
But for all Jumbo fans out there, they're hoping for one more. And I'd love to hear if any fans know how many Williams NESCAC titles they have. I'm sure they have a lot. So
yeah, definitely.
So we've got 3 minutes left. Thank you for coming on for this halftime show.
Definitely, and I'm definitely excited for the second half.
Yeah.
See what's going to come.
Yeah, so stay tuned and keep answering the trivia questions and sending us tweets. Thank you. And welcome back to Cousins Gymnasium for the second half of this NESCAC quarterfinal matchup. The Tufts Jumbos lead the Williams Ephs 32-18. I'm Matt Macy Phelps here with Bridget Bell and JumboCast. Thank you for tuning back in. And Bridget, a back and forth first half. What are your thoughts from both teams?
I thought that the Williams team did a very good job of pushing against that Jumbos defense. I think the Jumbos looked a little slower on defense than they have in the past couple of games. I think that normally they're pressing a little bit earlier than they have been. They've been letting the Ephs get to the arc, and I think that if they start to press a little more, like I can even see it now with Lauren Dillon, if they press a little more on defense, I think they'll keep the Ephs to a little bit of a lower score in the second half.
And Caveney launches a three. That's well short and wide. So the Ephs leading scorer hasn't been able to really get off the mark today. And she has 4 points on the day. And into North. She'll kick it out to Dillon. Dillon driving baseline. And 7 on the shot clock as Dillon gets back into the paint. And 1 on the shot clock. She has to throw it up. It draws iron, though, but Dillon was out of bounds as she collected the rebound. Jackie Knapp, the surprise leading scorer so far in this one. She's got 9 points on 4 of 7 shooting, and she's 1 of 1 from the line.
North right behind her with 8, and North had an early start. They were finding her early in the first quarter. She's slowed down a little bit, though. I think the Ephs are doing a better job of defending that.
McCall with 6 on the shot clock. They go inside to Zaleski, and she gets that jumper to go. Nice bounce. And third quarter scoring is where the Jumbos struggled the most in their loss against Amherst as North hits the 10-footer. The Jumbos only had 3 points in that third quarter against Amherst, so.
That was definitely a defensive battle. I think in like 3 of the 4 quarters, both teams were held to single digits, so.
And a beautiful up and under by Zaleski to get past North. Down to North. And that shot is well short. She collects her own rebound, though. Knapp from the baseline. And Lee pulling in the rebound, and it'll be a jump ball with her and Devin Caveney.
And Lee kind of flying out of nowhere there, really going to get that rebound, which, again, speaks to the tenacity of this Jumbos team.
Yeah, avoiding the foul despite going in from behind her. And Baptista launches off the inbounds. North collects the rebound with one hand. And that shot is short, collected by McCall.
And that rebound by North is the reason that she's the all-time leading rebounder of this Jumbo program.
And an easy bucket there for Feshel-Cotter. Lee from the top of the key, that's well short. And Coach Berube screaming at her, look at how much time's left on the shot clock.
The rim has not been kind to them.
Yeah, the Jumbo's shooting under 32% for the game as Dillon steals the inbounds pass. And North with the layup. And Zaleski picking up the pivot foot there. And she tried to find someone to pass to. And it looks like it'll be Emily Peckham coming in to replace her. Baptista with a nice bounce pass to North, who hits the 10-footer.
The Jumbos again, being able to find North has been working for him pretty much all game.
Fernandez with a baseline drive and unkind roll there. Up with Baptista. And leaves it short. Rebound, Caveney. Fernandez with the step back. Long two. And Dylan fouled on the floor. It'll be Caveney's third personal. And she'll be replaced by Emily Chang.
We saw Dylan a moment ago kind of signaling with her hands that she wants to pick up the pace of the game. And I think that that'll work for the Jumbos. I think they're playing a little slow right now, having trouble finding their rhythm. And I think that especially in a NESCAC game, it's important to be able to find your rhythm and kind of find your stride for the playoffs.
And Baptista gets that jumper to fall from the baseline. Erica DiCandido into the game, replacing Josie Lee. And an offensive foul, moving screen there by Fetchelkotter.
And Emily Baptista laying that one in.
And Baptista called for the foul on McCall down low. Substitutions here. Mucciaroni coming in to replace Knapp. And Vostel coming in. Down low with Peckham. Lefty layup. And that's scooped up by North. Baptista left wide open, but leaves the three-pointer short. DiCandido for the offensive rebound, however. And she throws it away on the far sideline. It'll be Sadie Otley coming in now to replace Baptista.
You can see that the Jumbos are playing with a little bit of frustration here. I think that they really just need to calm down and try to figure out how to play jumbo basketball without being frustrated by the Ephs. And I think you got to give the Ephs credit. Their defense has been definitely doing its job frustrating the Jumbos.
Mismatch here. McCall guarded by Mucciaroni. And a travel there called on Vostel. Katie Hicks coming in to replace Michaela North. Mucciaroni fouled by Chang. That is the third team foul in the quarter. DiCandido drives and kicks. Oddly in the paint. And they find Otley in the corner. She leaves the three short, but collects her own miss and gives the Jumbos a fresh 30. They swing it around to Mucciaroni. She finds a wide open Lauren Dillon, and that three connects.
There we go. And that's a persistent offense from the Jumbos, getting those offensive rebounds and being able to set Dylan up for that 3.
The Jumbos now 3 of 16 for the game from beyond the arc. Williams 0 for 7. So shooting struggles for both teams here. And McCall's jumper rims out. Otley pushes it ahead to Dylan. Crossover there.
And the Jumbos with the turnover.
Fernandez pushing hard and gets the contact. She'll go to the line for 2. Fouled by Lauren Dillon.
Jumbo foul on number 11, Lauren Dillon. That's her second personal, team's 3rd.
And look at Amani Fernandez's numbers on the year.
She's also an excellent free throw shooter.
And she gets to go. Williams 5 of 5 from the line on the day as a team. And Lauren Dillon heads to the bench. And Fernandez a perfect 2 for 2. Williams coming out in a press off the make. And they got Knapp in a good corner to trap, but she made it pass out. That rebound bounces around, finds McCall eventually. And Katie Hicks called for the foul down low. That'll be the 4th team foul in the quarter.
Yeah, and each team was just at 2, but the Jumbos have racked up a couple in the past minute or so, and it's not necessarily a good something you want to see from the Jumbo defense.
And this time Peckham is called for an offensive foul against Hicks.
Williams calling foul on number 21, Emily Peckham. That's his her second personal.
So Peckham and Hicks both picked up their second personals. And the Jumbos break the press. About a 30-second difference between the shot and game clocks, so Jumbos can go for a 2 for 1 here. And Mucciaroni fires the 3 and connects.
That's what happens when you leave the Jumbos wide open on the arc. They're a pretty good three-pointer shooting team, so something that the Ephs may need to change in the final quarter.
And the lead swells to 20 points now. About a 2-second difference between the shot and game clocks, so Williams effectively with the last shot, but nice pass from Fernandez to find McCall. So the Jumbos will be left with 10 seconds. Mucciaroni pushing ahead and has it blocked out of bounds. So 5.7 left for the Jumbos to get a shot. DiCandido with the ball. Driving hard to the basket, lays it up, and no good. So that's the end of the third quarter, and Jumbos expanding their lead by 4 points during that period. And now shooting a little bit better from 3 with 4 makes on the day. And they lead 48-30. So, time to answer our trivia question. How many times has Tufts women's basketball won the NESCAC championship? So your final answer?
I'm going to go with 7.
7, wow,
Yeah.
okay. I'm going 4 is what I initially thought. And here's the answer. What do we think it is?
Only
Answer
2.
twice, only 2.
Wow.
And it was in 2014, you can see in the top picture, in 2015. So both of those held at Cousins Gymnasium. So
And the both the junior and senior class, I believe, were around for both of them. So
and of course, this year it looks like Jumbos will have to go out to Amherst to try to do that, should they win this game. Looking around the NESCAC really quickly, as we heard, of course, on the men's side, the Jumbos coming away with the win. Trinity pulling out a tight one at Wesleyan, 51-49. The Jumbos, of course, 81-63 over the Continentals. Williams beating rival Amherst 76-69 out in Amherst. And Middlebury, the 2 seed, coming away with an 88-84 victory against Bates. So on the women's side, Amherst with a solid lead, 55-26 over the Bates Bobcats. Colby in a close one, 34-33, beating Middlebury right now late in the 4th quarter. And Bowdoin, of course, with that dominant victory over Conn College.
And we have a tweet here. Williams was a runner-up once, but has never been a champion.
Interesting. I had assumed they had been, but apparently not. So, of course, that Twitter user on point today with the trivia question got the answer right.
Indeed.
And they go inside to Zaleski. And Knapp coming away with the steal. .13 on the shot clock, and Zaleski tips it away as they go into North.
The Jumbos have done a good job keeping their turnovers down for the most part. They're at 5 turnovers compared to the Ephs' 22, but could be capitalizing a little bit more on those turnovers.
And a bullet pass there from Dillon down to North, and foul on the floor against Williams. North leading all scorers. She had a quick run there in the 3rd quarter. She's up to 14 points now on 7 of 12 shooting. Knapp and Baptista both with 9 for the Jumbos, and Dillon adding 8. So the starters getting it done, and Knapp adding in her total into double figures now.
Knapp is not normally one of the top scorers in the games, but she has pulled her weight this game and actually done more than just pull her weight. She's been a big contributor to the Jumbo offense.
Chang shot no good. And Jumbos with only 3 points off the bench today, so the starters doing the lion's share. And Dillon is hurt. She's on the ground. Looks like she might have twisted her ankle, and she's still down. So Chang the other way as Dillon gets up and hobbles. McCall from the corner, no good. And timeout called as Dillon limps to the bench. Really struggling there.
Yeah, I hope that's her ankle. I think it would be better if it wasn't. I hope it's not her knee. I'm sure it's not, though.
So she's with the trainer over there, shaking her head. Seems like it's just an ankle roll. Hopefully it's just that.
Yep. Give it a little bit of rest this week.
Baptista with the spin and gets it to fall. So Baptista joining Knapp and North in double figure territory. And the Jumbos lead by 22 as Fernandez drives and gets it to go past Otley.
And that's a good drive. Otley was definitely on her, and she managed to get that shot off and have it fall.
And timeout called by Williams. And a replay here. And so Dillon's shot there. Oh, and that was her 3-point make. And she's over, sitting at the trainer's station there. And there's a look at Mucciaroni's 3 from earlier.
And the Jumbos have had a little more success in these last 2 quarters with their offense in general, but especially behind the arc.
So without Dillon, they'll go with Lee, Knapp, and Otley in the backcourt. Williams committing forward on the press. Lee pulls up on the 2-for-1.
Easy jumper.
And Coach Berube wasn't really happy with that, actually. But I don't know. As a coach, it's a shot you didn't want, but if they make it, how can you really be mad at them? But she had her hands up, questioning Josie on that.
Yeah.
But hey, if you make it.
Yeah. I think at this point, Coach Berube might be looking towards the next game and what they can do to prepare for whoever they face in the next round of NESCACs.
Jumbo's rotating around the perimeter. Baptista down low, trying to get it to her, but might have been a decoy as they go to North, but Fernandez with the steal down low. And Fernandez taking it hard, drawing the contact on Otley.
Jumbo foul, call number 12, Sadie Otley. That's her second personal, team's first.
That's Otley's second personal foul.
And Fernandez rattles out. Gets one of two. So Jumbo's leading 54-33 with under 7 to go in the fourth quarter as Williams presses.
And Fernandez actually one of the leading scorers for the Ephs this game with 7 points.
And Williams leading the fast break. Fernandez left open and gets the three from the wing.
And this Jumbo's defense has been interesting. I think that the Ephs have stumped them a little bit, to be honest, and I think that the Jumbo defense will need to shape up in the next round in NESCACs, if and when they get there, if they want to meet Amherst or whoever ends up in the finals.
Williams calling foul, number 24, Lydia Selesky. That's her fourth personal.
And fourth foul called on Zaleski. One more and she's out. As Baptista steps back, Fernandez comes away with the rebound. Fernandez into double figures now with 10 points. And Zaleski with the running hook gets it to go. And timeout, Coach Berube. She is furious right now with the defense. And she's putting in, looks like Hicks, Mucciaroni, and DeCandido all coming in.
Yeah, and
Kaylin Harrington as well. So very frustrated with the squad that was out there. And she's chewing into them. And that's, the sign of a good coach is one who takes these, games that aren't so close and finds coachable moments like these when you're winning by a lot. Staying, letting a fire under the players, making sure that they can't be lax on any possessions.
absolutely. And it's important, as a coach and as a player to be able to play your best every time you step on the court and to get those reps in every time you step on the court rather than just playing to the level of your opponent. And I think that's why Coach Berube is so frustrated.
And a look at the new Jumbotron, aptly named, here in Cousins Gymnasium, displaying the Pat Summitt Foundation logo. An excellent foundation, fighting Alzheimer's and raising awareness about it as well. And a lot of college teams around the country are doing We Back Pat games where the teams support. They wear T-shirts supporting the late coach Pat Summitt,
who was famous for her run at Tennessee,
Tufts, number 10, Caitlin Harrington.
making them one of the most dominant teams in the country.
And she won 3 titles in a row at one point in the 90s. Incredible rivalry with UConn, of course,
Yeah.
where Coach Berube played. And DeCandido down low with the pass fake and goes up and draws contact.
She'll go to the line. And she's one of the best free throw shooters that the Jumbos have. So wouldn't want anyone else at the line. With an 84.6 percentage.
And as a team, Tufts shoots about 71%, which is pretty good for D3. DeCandido makes them both.
Looks like Hicks takes a tumble with
McCall there, but they're both laughing as they helped each other up.
And another turnover by the Ephs.
And Dylan has her shoe off over with the trainer, and that ankle is wrapped up as they find Mucciaroni in the corner. 3 no good.
Yeah. They always say the first 24 hours of an injury is key. So, to take care of that.
Harrington collects off Fernandez's miss. Yeah, ibuprofen, ice, all that. Elevation,
Compression.
compression. Yeah, that's the one that I don't do enough. Harrington's 3 is long. Although at this point I don't play enough competitive sports to really get those injuries, so which is kind of good, but a little sad too that I don't get to play anymore. And a great pass down low, but
Couldn't make it fall.
yeah, Fetchelkotter misses on the layup. And Lexi Jones back into the game, by the way, for the Ephs, and Fetchelkotter after the timeout. Harrington from the baseline, long 2, rattles out. Hicks with the rebound, and the Jumbos will take some air out of the ball here. Knapp on the drive, kicks it, and couldn't find Harrington. Chang coming back in to replace Fernandez.
There's Lauren Dillon on the sidelines. Got that ankle up. It's got to be frustrating.
And Katie Martinson coming in for the Jumbos, making her game debut, and Sadie Otley back in. And this is a Williams team with only 2 seniors, Lauren McCall and Devin Caveney. So they certainly got quite a few minutes today as McCall misses on the 3. But it'll,
DeCandido with the rebound.
in all likelihood, be the last game for these 2 seniors. DeCandido kicks to Otley. 3 no good, but DeCandido's there. Might have been fouled going up, but it's back up with Otley. Into DeCandido. Martinson gets it to go from about 16 feet.
And it's good for Coach Berube to get some of the fresh legs in and get them some experience, too, in a playoff game like this. Got a couple freshmen on the court.
DeCandido with the block on McCall. Mucciaroni hard the other way. Otley, long 3. That one's a little too long. But another offensive rebound for the Jumbos. They've been dominating those this quarter. Harrington left open in the corner.
Jumbo's taking their time to set up.
Harrington with another 3, rattles out. Chang with a long 3. And a drive by Jones, and she's called for a travel. And another game debut, it's Alexis Hermes, the freshman.
And for Mucciaroni.
So for the Jumbos now, it looks like it's 4 freshmen and 1 sophomore in the game currently.
Yeah. Like we were talking about earlier, it's good for this team to get some experience and for Coach Berube to build their program. Especially with, a game like this where Tufts has pretty much got it sealed away and it can take some chances.
And Martinson called for the foul down low. A little miscommunication getting back who's covering whom.
Personal on the team's second.
So Fetchelkotter at the line. Hits the first.
Now check out for the Ephs.
And in for Williams, it's Angela Vecchiarelli, the freshman from Agawam, Mass. As Jones head to the bench. Heads to the bench.
Fetchelkotter, one of the better Ephs shooters from the line, takes 2.
And she'll head to the bench as Katie Bruley, the freshman from Iron Mountain, Michigan, comes into the game. And under a minute now left to play. Jumbo's still with an 18-point lead. Hermes left open. That 3 is no good. And Harrington called for the foul down low. And some more substitutions, and it'll be Caveney and McCall making their final call here as they head to the bench and they end their careers.
Now for the Ephs, number 4, Carolyn Willisolo, and number 30, Olivia Carlson.
Bruley launches the 3. Rebound, DiCandido. And Hermes called for a travel there. Couldn't find the pass before she came down. And the shot clock will be turned off. Williams, I'm assuming, will keep going for baskets as Chang launches the 3. Rebound by Hermes.
And we'll see Tufts perhaps take the last shot.
And with the win, the Jumbos will go out to Amherst next weekend, where they will face the Bowdoin Polar Bears in the NESCAC semifinals. And on the men's side, the men will be hosting the NESCAC semis and finals here at Cousins Gym. So, commanding win for the Jumbos today. Look at the final stats. Michaela North leading all scorers with 14 points. Knapp and Baptista behind her with 11 each. And on the other end, Amani Fernandez leading the way with 10 points. And Lauren McCall, Fetchelkotter, and Zaleski all with 8 for the Ephs. But it's Jumbos 58, Williams 40. So for Bridget Bell, I'm Matt Macy Phelps with JumboCast. Thank you for tuning in as the Tufts women get a win in the NESCAC quarterfinals.